So I think where we left off is Sikandar, Chandralekha, the priest, or the person who's going to do the thing, are together,
And the Bhutni, of course.
and the Bhutni. Yeah. So now they're all in this Haveli, and the priest says that we'll have to do like a ceremony so that this thing gets resolved. And while doing this whole ceremony, the king, Sikandar's brother who had expired, so his booth also sort of comes into the picture.
Okay. Wow, we can have a Bhoot love story.
Yeah.
Continue.
So no, but he's a kid because he died when he was young, right?
Oh,
So,
acha.
so he comes back.
Sorry, that will be minor.
Yeah, yeah. So he comes into the picture, and what was Chandralekha's thing? Chandralekha's thing was, I think, somebody.
Yeah, it's like intimacy issues because her boyfriend died.
Yeah. So his boyfriend, her boyfriend's booth also comes into this whole situation.
Wow.
Yeah. So now there are three booths. Yes.
Interesting.
Okay, so while there are three booths into the picture and there are these two people, Sikandar and Chandralekha, so they do not realize that there are three booths into the picture. Matlab the priest, according to the priest, the already existing booth of the girlfriend has been vanquished because of the puja that they conducted. But these people now feel that Chandralekha is free to leave, and so Chandralekha packs up everything and she's ready to leave. But there's this strange feeling that happens into this romance movies. You know, the Sikandar feels heavy that Chandralekha is leaving. They had really great time together or whatever those stuffs, and Chandralekha basically plans to leave. So
Okay. So one quick question. Now, since we have brought in the romance angle and we've brought in the fact that there is some separation anxiety happening, and everything, there has to be a reason for it, right? Like the romance to build up. There has to be something that she must have done for Sikandar during this time that he feels that.
right, so I think we can take this angle that when Sikandar was trying to, when the girlfriend died, when Sikandar saved Chandralekha, at that time Sikandar might be hurt. So he gets very deeply injured, and at that point of time, Chandralekha takes care of him.
But she has to cater to his insecurities of being like all of the insecurities that he has, right? You have a point, yes. Please.
Because Chandralekha is someone who lost someone in the past. She empathizes heavily at that point of time. She probably shares her backstory.
Yeah.
It brings them closer. Because she lost someone, that was her backstory.
So that would be nice to bring them closer in a emotional way. I agree. Now we have to have some strong points where she will cater to his insecurity in him, which will help him become more secure. Like forget, say somewhere he has to forgive that child in himself who went through all of the trauma at that age, because of which he's become aggressive. Like he suddenly won't change just because he's in a romantic angle with her, right? So there has to be something over there. And the second thing is that we have to cater to the girl's character for the intimacy issues. So we can bring in a scene where they are romantically inclined and they're getting closer, but she's not. She's pulling back, and then he kind of realizes that why the reasons are there. But he has to do something concretely over there to win her in that case. So these 2 points have to be addressed in the story. Anybody who has something to contribute to that? You guys want more time to think?
No, so the idea is that what could happen is now that the child booth has also come into the picture, uh, Sikandar somewhat blames himself for
His death.
his death. So now that the child has come, the child, like as a booth, the story sort of unfolds, and they go into a flashback and they relive the situation that happened when the kid actually died. So when Sikandar's elder brother died, uh, and when they're reliving the story, there's maybe a small crucial detail that Sikandar did not know at the time, but sort of that comes to light now.
Okay. That's nice.
That comes to light. So then he figures out that yeah, okay, I'm not to blame.
Yeah.
So maybe I didn't push him off the cliff, or he's just slipped by himself, or something like
I
that.
wasn't the one, so I
Yeah.
should not carry the blame.
Yeah, something like that. And Chandralekha, of course, supports him through this journey.
Okay, interesting. Yes.
yeah, so I think instead of Sikandar recognizing the flaw himself, Chandralekha recognizes the flaw, and then he tells him that it's not your fault, you're good enough, and removes his insecurity. And at the same time, he's hurt, so she tends to her, and then she also feels that she can connect to somebody. And now we come back into the present that she's packing off and she's going to leave because according to the priest, all the bhoots have gone away.
And then the new booth appears.
And now they something happens that she's not able to leave the Haveli
Okay.
because now all three booths come into the picture, and now I think
Okay. Anyone else wants to add to that? Anything? Okay. So let's do one thing. I believe everybody has a lot of thoughts, but they're not coming in right away. So what we're going to do is, so we have the plot here. We already have the entire plot, and we've seen how the story is gone. So we did three things that we intended to do in the beginning: character breakdowns, which we have, plotting, which we did, and story flow that we've done. What we're going to do now is each one of you is going to go back, write the climax in their own format. So everyone from this point onwards will think of their own unique climaxes because the story can go in any direction, right? Anybody can, whatever you want to do, you can do with that. So from here onwards, this is an exercise that you will take home. You all will think of a story ka ending, proper ending and climax for this. I'm going to share my Instagram ID with you guys. So I'm going to put out this video for the storytelling on my Instagram. Go ahead and follow it. And in the comment section, each one of you will write their own versions. Okay. So what we can also do is an additional thing. If you guys want, you can record a video and post. So we can go in a collaborative post with me and Durangos, and we can write individually. You can share that this is the story till we heard, and after this is my version. Okay. So let's do that. I'll just note down the Instagram ID so you guys can go and follow. Nandita underscore Parikh. So I'll spell it out for you. Nandita underscore PAREEK. Double EK. And any questions that you guys have, anything that you want to ask regarding the story or the whole thing that we did in the workshop, you guys can throw in those
In general,
questions
if
in
we want
DM.
to improve our story writing and
Yeah.
storytelling, so how this workshop and this definitely helps. But like, how can we approach? Because just become a content creator from
Yeah.
the past 1 2 years. And I want to build upon this storytelling and story writing and all of it. So how can we?
So
start?
see, what we are also planning to do is one more thing that we are planning to do is we are going to have an extensive workshop because this is like just a teaser as I told you. So we're going to have like a complete workshop, like a 10-day workshop where we'll be going to different aspects of each of these things in way more details. And in those we'll also answer question and answer. So what my plan with that is that in that 10 days workshop, each one of you will already come up with some of your own ideas. And we are going to develop on those ideas. So by the end of it, you'll already have one whole story with you. So once you have, because each individual has to tell a story in a different, like the voice is different. Yours would be relating to what you are doing. You would want to develop stories in that category, right? So you'll have that kind of a story. And by one story, once you have done, I think then developing multiple stories is not a difficult task at all. So like
How did you develop your storytelling and all these skills?
I
Underscore.
So first, I went through a professional degree course. I have a filmmaking course degree which I took 2012, and since then I've been
From here
working as a
only,
filmmaker. No, I went in Symbiosis.
वहाँ पे फिल्म मेकिंग का कोर्स
हाँ,
उसमें
proper-
स्टोरीटेलिंग उसका पार्ट होगा
No,
It's like SIMC.
SIMC. I went to SIMC. So no, storytelling wasn't a part of the curriculum. We developed the entire filmmaking, but I'm experienced for 12 years in filmmaking. So this is something that I came up on my own. I don't think so anyone else is doing interactive storytelling. And I don't think anyone is doing any storytelling workshop also. Script writing, there are a lot of workshops. Various kind of script writings are there. But I personally realized that every content which is there on Instagram right now, everybody is trying to tell a story. And I sometimes myself when I consume that content, I feel that some of them are like amazing at it. Some of them, their content is really good, but because they don't know how to structure it in a form, they fail in addressing their audience in the right way. So I just felt that it's something that I can do. Yeah, no worries. That's it. But yes, throw in the questions that you have. You can DM me, send in your questions, whatever you have, and we'll take it from there.
Like I'd be interested to join some workshops.
Yeah. We'll be doing one. So we are planning. So first, we want to establish a few of these because so that we want to understand how many people are interested in that. Because if we do a 10-day workshop, I'll need at least 20 to 30 people in the workshop for a 10-day thing to go on. So anybody who's interested, so please DM me and please reach out to me, and you can reach out to John at Durangos. So once we know that we have like 20-30 members who are interested in a workshop like this, we'll plan the workshop.
And are there courses of storytelling week?
There are script writing courses are there, various courses are all across.
Example,
Script writing courses, like screenwriting courses are there. But I don't think so there is an particular course. Like to my knowledge, there is no specific course. And I don't think anybody is doing storytelling workshops because I looked up and I did not find anyone else. So an interactive is for sure not something which anyone is doing because that is an idea that I came up with. So this actually I'll tell you since you've asked. I had taken a storytelling workshop in St. Xavier's College. Not really a workshop, it was just a small storytelling performance for the students over there, media students. And I did not want to, I was one of those students who would be sitting at the back like you guys in all the events that happened in my college. And I always used to get bored when there were people who were sitting in front, standing in front, and just blabbering about themselves. And I was like, why is this? I would sleep off. So when I had to do that. I felt that I wanted to do something where the students get involved, and so that they have something to contribute. So that is why I came with the idea of interactive storytelling, and the response that I got was tremendous. And that's when I realized that everybody has a story to tell, and why not just teach it? So that's it.
It was really nice attending it. You know, we got by chance, but it was really nice.
build the characters and also we can build.
I'm happy, and I think what you have, like the degree that you have, child psychology, that contributes a lot because that's one subject which I feel that film schools should also include psychology.
Yeah.
Because while developing the characters, I even now when I develop my characters, I keep going back to psychology and keep studying and understanding how psychology works. So yeah, that's great.
Just one question.
Yeah.
While we were plotting the characters now, so you had to ask about one green flag and one red flag. So does this necessarily have to relate to their internal conflict?
Online.
No, not necessarily. You can have both. So you can have a separate internal and external conflict, and then you can think of something additional. So right now, because we have limited time and we've been doing this, but when we develop the proper characters, then we don't just segregate as to one character. We come up with more adjectives for each character because that's how I am telling you. Backbone of any story is characters. So the more extensively you develop your characters, the more stuff you will have for, because we call it character graphs. So when you have extensive character graphs, that's when you'll be able to plot your story in a better format. So definitely that's one thing which is very crucial in every story, that you have to work on your character graphs.
And most of the movies, that's box office hit. The characters are very strong. I mean,
Yeah.
Animal. Everybody might be criticizing, but most of the childhood traumas are actually reflecting, into the character when he's.
Yeah, any film that you go back, wherever you see strong characters, you'll end up liking that film. Like
Yeah.
you'll feel that there is something.
Yeah.
And you might come back and say, अच्छा इसकी story में दम नहीं था यार, story में कुछ नहीं था, characters तो यार बहुत अच्छे थे. But if the characters are very plotty and characters are very shady, like very minimalistic and not developed very well, it may work in a comedy film probably, but in the proper story films it doesn't, or web series it doesn't work. If you look at web series, all the web series have detailed character graphs and structures. So that's extremely important.
I had a question.
Yes. That's the last question we're going to take for the evening because then John is showing me eyes. He's like, empty the room.
Okay, so I'll just make it real quick.
Yeah.
If you are structuring a story that has already been in history, like it's a historic event that has occurred, and then you're structuring it again. So you don't know, you know the story, what was the story of the king, but you don't know his characteristics. How do you develop the characteristics out of the story? Like here, what we did, we knew our childhood trauma and we developed the characteristics out of it. So you don't know the real person, but you know his childhood trauma, his story. So how do you develop the characteristics out of those stories?
So I'll very quickly I'll answer this because I don't have the time to give the entire answer. But one thing that you can do is, since you know the story, you can pick up incidents in the story which are pertaining to that particular character, and where you feel that it is defining that character and why that character did something like that. So from there you have some points for the character, and when you start rewriting the story, you enhance that characteristics. So you add more stuff to it through your imagination. That is why if you see any show or film which has come from the history and they are redoing it, it's not, they always say it's fictional work towards, it's not 100% there, because they have lifted the characters but they've added their own stories to
Yeah,
it.
more drama.
Yes, so that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, you guys have been an amazing audience. Please clap for yourself.
Story.
Excuse me. You are a child psychologist.
Yeah.
So basically, I associated with one organization that means Everyday. So we are basically working into 1 to 3 years child.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.